Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome back to another how-to video in the how-to series. Today's video, how to strip and clean a spray gun properly, for beginners and for anybody else that needs to learn. If you're new to the channel and you like cars, spraying, salvage, detailing, other related stuff, hit the subscribe button. Loads of content for you guys and loads of new content coming up. Let's crack on. Right, for the purposes of this, we're just going to use my GTI Pro light. It's fairly similar and close to a normal conventional sort of spray gun. Most of the stripping and the putting back together and the cleaning is, well, the cleaning would definitely be the same on all guns, but most of the taking apart and putting back together will be very similar if you've got a different make or model, but in general this is like a standard type spray gun. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll first of all show you how to take this all apart, and then we'll get to the cleaning stage after. There we go. All done and dusted. Thanks for watching, see you later. No, I'm only joking. You can totally strip your gun for maintenance if you've got to change some seals and stuff like that. I'll show you. These are common seals that go inside the trigger housing and stuff like that. It's very rare that you have to change the seals or the bushings. Another one here. That's general cleaning. You do not need to strip your gun this much, but if you wanted to see it, this is absolutely bare bones of the Vilbiss GTI Pro light. Let's get back to the video. Okay, right, let's start with some of the stuff you're going to need to sort of use for cleaning. You're going to need a few brushes. When you buy a spray gun, sometimes you get some brushes included in the box and a kit, and sometimes you get some tools. You're going to need some tools to remove your air cap. 9 times out of 10 you get the correct spanner or one like this to remove your air cap as well. And then you're going to need something to clean it in. You can use metal tub, an old tin, whatever, if you've got them. I mean, I've got a solvent proof paint mixing pot that I use, so I'll be using some what I call gun wash thinners, standard thinners. You don't want to go out and buy your 2K thinners, your posh thinners, to clean your gun with. Some people recycle their thinners and use recycled thinners. That's a personal preference, that's down to you, but I don't put any old thinners through my guns. I know some people have machines and stuff and they recycle it and use it and it works for them. That's great, that's totally up to you. I always put clean thinners through all of my guns, whether it's a base coat gun, primer gun or my clear coat gun. So yeah, here's some of the basic tools and some of the basic stuff you're going to need. Let's put the camera down and I'll show you how to dismantle this for cleaning. Another top tip is if you can get from like Amazon or eBay some really small cleaning brushes. They're only cheap, you can buy a kit for a few quid. I've also got this, it's like a tiny little thin pokey stick bit of metal, but this is ideal for cleaning in the tiny little holes in your air cap and stuff like that. It's hard to show you on the camera, but you can poke your holes out if you've got bits of paint stuck in there and stuff. Excuse the noise, they've got a forklift outside. Right, so what we would do, let's get going. To strip it down, we'd obviously make sure that your pot is empty. We'll remove the pot and then we'll start with the gun. So I'd want to unscrew my air cap, and you can, most air caps will be similar, but there'll be a little retaining clip in there and the top piece will come out. I'll show you how I do that. Little screwdriver or a little pick for this specific one. Yours might vary a little bit, and you also may have one that's one piece, but quite a lot of them are like this. So you just pop the little clip out there, and then the sections are separate like so. I've put a little bit of gun wash thinners in my pot. I've also put some gloves on. I'd advise you to put some gloves on. It's up to you if you do or you don't. So once I've took the air cap off, what I would do is I'd remove the needle next, because I wouldn't want to undo the fluid tip in case it catches on the needle and damages the needle. So start by unwinding your fluid needle adjustment and hold on to it because it's spring loaded. There we go, it'll pop. Pull your spring out, put that to one side, pull your trigger out in, and your needle will start to come out. Grab hold of your needle, there we go, and then I'd put that in my little tub, start soaking, get some thinners going on it. Next step would be to undo this. I'm going to use the spanner supplied. This one's a 10mm, and I'm just going to crack that off, unscrew that, and then that's going to go in the pot to soak for a little bit as well. Now on a DeVilbiss and on some of the other ones, take my little baffle out, and then you've got a little seal at the back. I don't soak these in thinners because they don't like it, so we'll put that to one side. We will brush it and give it a clean, but in general this one's quite clean. But the baffle piece, that can go in, have a little soak, not a problem at all. So now in general that's stripped enough. So what we can do, you may have some paint. I mean, this is fairly clean, to be fair. It does need a clean, but you may have just literally took your paint out, so you'd have all paint and stuff inside. So what I normally do is then I also put this in the thinners, just dunked in like that, and then I leave it to soak for a little while. You don't need to leave it to soak for ages, but a little while will help. So I'm going to give that 5 minutes and then we'll come back. Okay, I don't know whether you can hear me or not. First time I've ever put a GoPro on my head. Right, so I'm going to take my standard cleaning brush, and what I would be doing is dunking it in some thinners and giving that a little scrub out where your paint pot screws onto. And if you look, you can see it coming right through to here. And then I'd go in the middle, give that a little scrub, and if you have got like a little spray bottle, you could put some thinners in, yeah, just help run a little bit through. That's what I use. Now for this front top section, literally give it a little wipe round. There's a little bit of white paint there from last time we got used. There we go. And then you could get your brush, give that a little rub, clean your handle, clean your body of your gun, and behind the handle you always end up with paint and stuff down here. Give that a little clean out. It's well worth you just going to get a cheap little brush kit, cleaning kit. There's loads of them on there, and they're for nothing really. So I sort of scrub everything on my guns, make sure it's nice and clean, and that's pretty much it. I'll use a little cleaning, smaller cleaning brush to get underneath these bits. And this is the kind of clean I would do after each use. Just a little scrub out. Some people will just wash some thinners through and that'd be it for them, but that's totally down to you. It's a personal preference. I know a lot of people really look after their guns, and I know a lot of people don't look after their guns, but the way I look at it is they earn me money, they cost me money, and I want to look after my stuff, so there's nothing wrong with it. You clean until your heart's content. Right, my needle, give that a little clean up. Obviously a bit of an old rag or what have you would do, no problems. Microfiber's my cloth of choice. Sorry, I've got my phone there, I'm just so I can see what's going on in the GoPro, just making sure you lot can still see what I'm doing. Right, so next thing for me, give me a baffle, a little scrub, get a bit of paint trapped in now. As far as health and safety is concerned, you should be really wearing eye protection and a mask because of the fumes of the thinners. I think the hardest bit, in all honesty, is just knowing, if you're new and you've never had a spray gun and what have you, it's just knowing how to take it apart, what bits come off and where they go back together, and sort of from now. Right, next bit, the fluid tip. Right, inside the fluid tip, right in this hole, is where you're going to get paint built up and stuff. So it's very, very important to clean all of that. Give that a scrub out, and you can flush it. Another good tip is to, once you've cleaned all these components in thinners, go and give it a blow through with your airline, bit of compressed air, it'll dislodge any bits stuck anywhere. Go, and then we've got the cap left. This one's nice and easy. And this is where I use my little bit of metal prong thing. Just poke it in the holes, just make sure there's no blockages and stuff. There we go. Clean all the excess paint off the side. Oh. Go. Right, that's all them bits scrubbed up. Okay, right, let's chuck it back together. I hope it gave you a rough basic understanding of, you know, how simple it is to give your gun a little clean out. So I'm putting this little baffle back on, and then put that back in. Next I'll take the fluid tip, give that a nip up. Doesn't have to be mega tight, that's fine. Just reassemble the air cap and put my retaining clip back in. Just poke that into place so it's locked in. There we go. Just put the needle back in. And don't forget your spring. Make sure your spring goes back in. And like I said in the other video, hold the trigger fully back, wind that up until you can feel it bite and it starts to push the trigger forward, and then I know that that's now wide open. So I'll put my pot back on. And then what I'll do is I'll pour some thinners in here. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then I'll just squirt some back in the pot there. Make sure that's all flowing, and then I'd go and blow it out on the airline and give everything a clean through. There we go, guys. Hopefully that was helpful to some of you guys, and it gave you a basic understanding of how to take your gun apart, put it back together and give it a clean out after you've used it. If I missed anything in the video and you're unsure, leave us a comment, and if there's any questions that you're unsure about, leave us a comment, whether you think it's a silly comment or not. We've all got to start somewhere, and learning's learning. If you found this helpful and you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.